We are
It's
live.
Freestyle Friday. Well, it's actually not Freestyle Friday. It's Freestyle Thursday.
Wait, center. Oh, there you go. Let's see. Your camera's a little
No, no, that was
off.
my fault. That was my fault. Hold on.
It's not Freestyle Friday. I was gonna make it a freestyle, but freestyle doesn't work with Thursday that well. So it's AMA.
Uh, oh God. Okay, I'll take it. AMA and
All
AMA
right. Wait. We got the
every day.
wrong. We're starting the wrong way. We gotta start with that cougar. Wink.
How could you forget? How dare you? How dare you forget the Cougar
There we
Wink?
go. There we go.
The Cougar Wink has arrived. Now the show begins.
It's the only way. It's the only way. That's all you know. We've been taken over by the corporate, corporate dollars. As if the Cougar Wink is brought to you by something else.
You
That's the
mean
last.
if the live is brought to you by something else,
Yeah, exactly. Which
not the Cougar?
hopefully it will be soon. Actually.
Yeah, right. Hopefully, we'll have sponsors. I'll be wearing a collared shirt because I don't, I'm no longer
Nah.
your unemployed friend. Um,
Watch here.
AMA. What does AMA stand for? Ask me anything.
Ask me anything.
As long as it's PG-13
Yeah,
and
exactly.
under. No NR. I remember when I was a kid and there would be like NR rated stuff. I was like, not rated. I didn't realize how dark or unpleasant NR is.
Yeah, it can be a wide variety of very, very different things, that's for sure. Anyways, I want to welcome everybody back to a Watch Talk Live on a
What's up, Joseph
beautiful.
D?
Hey, what's up, Josie D? First in the chat. It's a beautiful Thursday before the rain begins here in Central Florida. I am CQ the Watch Guy with my good friend, retired Watch Guy Jay. What's happening? How you feeling today?
I got a new cut. I'm rocking the famous bushy mustache that bodybuilders have, but I don't have the body to match. But it's a good Thursday.
Yeah, get on the gear, as our
Yeah.
friends in the UK say.
Oh, I
Gotta get
need
on
to
the gear,
work
mate.
out. And then I don't mind doing a little trend. I ain't afraid of no trend.
All right. Well, before we get started today, make sure you go to cqthewatchguy.com if you need truly independent watch advice. I am here for you. Today's a little bit of a ask me anything type of day. Honestly, had one of the longest meetings ever this morning. And while it is still military watch weekend, tomorrow will end with a all Brightland extravaganza. I thought today could be a little bit of a break. So the chat chooses. Joseph D, you can tell us where you want to go. I'll just start cracking down some
Wait, hold on. We're doing an all Breitling extravaganza tomorrow?
as much as I can get through before producer Vimal says no.
I was gonna say, like, I don't think coffee's strong enough, and I don't have the money for skiing. So, okay.
Oh man. All right, so let's look at some interesting watch news. Hodinky is reporting that there's a new Swiss auctioneer that is aiming to bring the artist resale right concept to independent watchmaker sales. That concept is if a watch or piece of art is sold by a living artist or whatever, maybe there's a foundation tied up to it, some part of the funds gets back to that original person, which I think.
Why don't they just make an NFT? I'm confused.
Oh well, they could, right? They have. I think for this, it's so funny. I handled one of these pieces a couple weeks ago. Pictures do not do a Crivia pieces justice. They're so beautiful. But I think this is a good thing overall. This company's proposing 3% kickbacks to watchmakers, independent watchmakers. These two gentlemen are starting the company. I like this brown outfit. This guy. I don't know why, but something about this shade of reddish brown, like a clay, it
You like
works.
UPS workers?
Maybe that's what it is. So they are proposing. Here's a Divitune G Watch 5. So they're proposing 3% of the auction result goes back to the independent watchmaker. What do you think about that?
So the guys who are selling $100,000 watches want 3% of the watch every time it gets resold. Got it.
So this is the thing that a lot of people are saying in the comments, and let's slide down to the comments a little bit. When the artists are selling their initial pieces, the buyer's taking a risk that it will be worthless when they go try to sell it. And then somebody else says, interesting idea, but I think most collectors would prefer to save the 3% and acquire watches from auctions that have more long-standing reputation. As much as we love our watchmakers, it's up to them to price watches at what they need to make ends meet. And if their pieces go on to hit record numbers at auctions, that tremendously helps the current business. Finding more perks for buyers will attract more buyers. I'll stick with loot this for now. Good
I
points as
hate
well.
it. I don't like the idea. Like, I get that it sounds nice on paper, but all I'm seeing is that the consumer's getting squeezed again. And it's just like, what's the difference between this and like Rolex CPO besides, oh, like they did a service? But it's just like, all right, so the watchmakers get to touch it again. They get a little bit more. I got to pay 100 grand and then I will buy the watch again or someone. It just, I don't get it. And like, sorry, go ahead.
No. I think you're right, especially with the way pieces are priced now. I don't think it makes so much sense. You know, A Collected Man did a great thing when they involved Philippe Dufour in the sale of one of his very special pieces. I think it went for around $4 million, and he got a percentage of that. And I think with certain watchmakers like Mr. Dufour, the argument
Well,
can be
imagine
made.
Jordan. Like, imagine if Jordan.
But then see, then it gets weird.
On everything. Exactly. So it's
Yeah,
just
then it
like,
gets weird.
So we're gonna stop when we're talking about a brand that actually fucking goes up in value. Please, no, it's a terrible idea. I'm sorry, because you could do the same thing for Jordan then, and now Jordan gets 3% of like every sale that happens, and the price keeps rising. It just sounds like something that they're trying to create this like fake floor, this fake bottom that doesn't exist. It's like, no, like the guy said in the comments, you buy art because one, you love it, or two, you speculate it will be valuable in the future. Let the watchmakers figure that out in the jump. Why are we? I don't know. You're a little bit more of a steward of watchmaking and stuff like that. So I guess that's why for you it makes a lot more sense.
What's going on? Good Goldfinger. Good to see you in the chat.
What's going on, Goldfinger?
You know, I guess with watches, the starving artist thing isn't the same.
It's not. I'm
In
a
every
musician
case,
by trade,
right?
bro. We both did music. We literally were starving when we did music. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I've never seen a watchmaker who fucking is eating ramen noodles. No, bro is at the fucking fine dining places. So it's like, I'm sorry, you're not leading to my sense of sympathy when you're like, oh yeah, let's give him another 3% on that $75,000 time only watch. Fuck out of here. Sorry. What's going on, Trap Vision?
What's happening, Chat Vision? Good afternoon to you, sir. Oh man, you know, it's an interesting thing because I think 4 or 5 years ago, I'd have been a little bit more on the side of this. I think this auction house, of course. What's up, Diraj? Good morning to you. I think with this auction house, they're definitely trying to find their edge, and the edge is supporting independent watchmakers with percentage kickbacks. But I think,
It should be a price point. Maybe it's like
yeah,
things under 40,000. Like, so it's for the watchmakers who are trying to make watches that are affordable for like a little bit more of the middle level. Because saying things are affordable, 100 grand and more isn't fair because there are a lot of people who love watches who can afford that. But I think brands that are making a more of a middle tier, which doesn't exist. Like, let's bring that back. Let's bring back watches that cost between 15 to 40K because there's nothing. Like, I feel like there's barely anything in that range nowadays. Like, it's you go from
it's
15K
been
to 30K.
yeah. There's some like
There's a
division. They're like what the Moses part of the sea. There's parting of seas, right? And it's around the 20-ish thousand price point, and then it comes back in like 70s. The between 30 and 70,000 price point is interesting because like it's becoming less complicated watches in that price point, if that makes sense. It used to be like above 30 or 40, we start to get into complications. Now you're seeing, you know, just time onlys up until 100, and then after that we're starting to see, especially when you're talking about lower production handmade independent watches and things like that. So yeah, the prices are crazy, and I think with artists, there truly are artists who are truly starving and they're just painting and they're just like doing it for nothing. Same thing with musicians just in coffee shops. But being a watchmaker inherently, if you're able to get to the point, not to say you're making much money, but usually if you're to the point where you can get the machines, you can start going. You have a few benefactors already. If you are if somebody, a couple collectors have supported you, or some of your family or somebody there has supported you, and you can kind of see the vision of where you can at least sustain yourself. Whereas I think in the artist realm, some people might be doing art while they're like almost on the street, and then that art sell. They just need to sell that art. It sells for, let's call it 5 to 10,000, and then they explode in work, in just their work explodes, and then that becomes like I don't know, $100 million piece of art. I think they deserve a little, a little powder. I don't know.
After you sell the fuck, I'm sorry, bro. Like when I make something and I sell it, how do I think I'm gonna get more money? Then make an NFT. Go into crypto. If you want to be non-fungible and get a taste of every single thing once you've created the piece of art, then go fucking be Beeple Carp. I don't know what to tell you, but like keep that shit out of watches and over 100 grand watches, especially. What's going on, Von Cruel? He says he's wearing his Citizen AT 6085. Sounds very nice. Daraj asks if it's freestyle tonight. Hey, I used to be a real good freestyler. You put on a beat, Daraj, I'll get down. Vimal says, hello, panel. Happy 4th of July. Why are you laughing, bro? You know I got it like that.
Oh, you know what, guys? When we get to 1,000, this is our goal. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, we'll release Jay's best chat. We'll release Amistar. Get us to 1,000 subscribers, and we will have the listening party of the century for an amazing track.
Vimal has a great idea, though. He said, well, first off, he said, may the nectar of freedom and liberty sweeten your lives. And I appreciate that, Vimal. I'm feeling quite sweet myself. No sugar in this tank,
I love
though.
that.
How about the best watches to celebrate Independence Day? That's a great call out. I like that. And yes, thank you for catching us, Trap Vision. Von Cruel said they'll cut down production to keep prices where they want them. Yeah, that's true. You're so right. Oh, sorry. So Daraj did ask. I got a question. CPO Rolex are falling in price. Oh, go figure. Limited offers on Via Chrono 24. Window shopping guidance. What do you rock? Right? WD. What do?
Wait, where did you say?
Oh, would. No, he's saying window shopping guidance would rock. I guess he's pretty much saying CPO Rolexes are falling in price, and he's trying to see what watches would be good to pick up. Well, how about this? Let me tell you something. They're going to keep falling, so give it a couple more months because it's a stupid business model. Rocking a Tissot 1938 Heritage. Okay, my views are not a reflection of CQ's views. I'm just putting that out there. Oh God, they're like James just ranting. I'm sorry, CQ. Jump back on, man.
No, sorry. I'm just trying to fix the. There's a little glitch in there. I wonder if that's.
Oh God. But oh hey Pac, I didn't even see you there, man. How you doing today, Pac? But yeah, we should definitely talk about the best watches to celebrate 4th of July. I really like that idea. And also,
Oh, I think your audio just went. Oh, no,
I can hear you. Okay,
Yeah,
you're back.
I think my internet is just.
Trap Vision says he can see us hitting 1,000. Okay.
Oh, I love that Trap Vision. I love that. I can see us sitting over 1,000. One viral video, and then we're to the moon. Soon I want to start clipping things up. Give me some good ideas for watches to celebrate 4th of July with, guys. Put that in the chat. We'll start
Producer
covering those.
Jamal already got one up there for you, bro.
This guy.
He's already got it.
I mean, producer of the week. I don't know. Like
I don't know.
producer of the
Daraj
month.
did give us the watches of through wartime. So,
What
I mean,
is this? What is this, Vimal? What is
Ooh,
this?
Goldfinger says he's wearing a platinum Daytona with diamond indices.
Ooh, the best. The spaghetti is what I call it.
Trap Vision's got the G-Shock on the 4th, baby. Let's go.
Love it.
What in God's name? Bro. Yo, Vimal puts us on track, and then he fucking throws us out in the middle of the track. Dude.
He's the best and the worst at the same time. I'm like, oh wow, he already has a watch.
Wait, hold on. It's a Tourbillon too.
Okay, I can't.
They this is how you know they need Patrick Hoffman.
Yeah, this was the sign. This is Patrick Hoffman was just shaking in his boots. So this is from 2018. American Pride with the new Elise Nardin executive skeleton tourbillon, stars and stripes. Thank you so much, Jamal, because I needed something to do shorts on this weekend, and now I'm just gonna do 4th of July watches. Now that I know that this watch exists, I have to just put this. I have to talk about this on Instagram.
I don't know what's a worse atrocity, this watch or September 11th. Like,
Oh, jeez. I thought you were gonna say the MEC with the American Eagle.
sorry, man.
Oh God! There you go. We're not getting to 1,000 subscribers, guys. It's been great. How much did they charge us for this watch in 2018?
It's a tourbillon. They don't even have all 50 stars. Throw it in the garbage, man. Fuck.
46,000. That's not bad actually. For the Turb. I wonder if I could find one on Chrono right now.
Man, I'll just pick up one of their erotic watches, dude. Get out of here with this shit.
I bet you would. Wait, let me see if I can find it. Is it MEC American Eagle?
I like a little edgy sometimes. Come on. Gen G, what's going on? Imagine what the person who has to paint this is thinking while working on it. Hey, they're just like, I'm getting paid. They're getting paid pretty well, I'm sure, if they're doing the painting on this. The UN paid for by US taxpayers. Uncle Sam wouldn't even be caught with this on his wrist, bro. Like, please. My favorite Independence Day watch is a Rolex Pepsi Meteorite. Red, white, blue with space debris dials for the stars. That's actually fire from all. I could see that being a good Independence watch. I like the Pepsi. I wish they would re-release the Pepsi. Do they have a ceramic Pepsi? No, right? No. They should. They should do it with the Land Dweller bracelet. But they probably won't.
What? A Rolex Pepsi with a Land Dweller bracelet.
Well, I'm saying that that's what they should do. Like, because then, like, you would get the Pepsi with the Land Dweller bracelet. I don't know. It'd be fire.
I don't know if I can see it. By the way, this is how you take a picture of a watch. This is how you do it. Like
That looks like our old watch and want photos. Remember you'd go out into the garden?
Yep. Exactly. I think this might be the best 4th of July serious watch. I think the Ulysse Nardin is the best. There's another watch I can't find it, that American Eagle watch that will be good. But this is the most, like, if you just you show up to the party, you show up to the barbecue, and you're bringing the proteins. The person who has this watch, you're definitely bringing the proteins. If you bring in side dishes with this, I don't know what's going on. But you're bringing this, and you got a little speaker on your hip, and he's just playing that Bruce Springsteen. As you bank the corner, I can see it. But if you're gonna be a little bit more serious, a Pepsi Meteorite is one of the most perfect watches ever created.
That's what I'm saying. I think this is the guy who's bringing like the ribs and the steak. The guy who at the UN.
I think
like,
this
the
guy paid
candy
for it.
Yams or some shit, like some fucking sweet casserole. No, he's bringing the fucking like coleslaw with raisins in it that nobody's gonna eat. Rat Vision says Aragon Watch Company has an American Eagle piece for the price conscious. Oh, the price conscious collector. Jesus. Can we look that up? Aragon Watch Company. He says an American Eagle piece. I'm guessing it's going to be something that I could afford if he's saying price conscientious. Andy said it has to be made in America. Well, unfortunately, sir, I'm pretty sure it was assembled in Switzerland.
So I have a question on Made in America.
Oh God.
Is it okay if the watch is just like how much of Made in America do you need for it to be made in America? Do you need it to be the standards of the label, which is like almost 90% manufactured, or are you okay if like all the people who put it together they were employed in the United States, the facilities? Are you okay if 90% of the business is done in America, but maybe 60% of the parts have to come from elsewhere, but are put together? Is that okay with you, or do you need something? Do you need the sweat of you just need the sweat of the red, white, and blue inside and out?
Call me conservative, but I believe in birthright, and if it wasn't born here, it's not American.
All right, Well, we'll just slide you over to our conservative and Reddit's.
I'm completely kidding. Like, I don't get it. Like, I feel like as long as 60% of the materials were there and it's assembled, at least assemble it in America. You know, like at least have American engineers assemble it. Thomas Burnett asked about the Trump watch. I mean, I don't
I'll
think
pull
it
it up.
gets any
I'll,
more American than that. Oh, is this the one that we were talking about, the Eagle one? This
yeah,
actually
this is
not
the
bad at
Aragon
all.
one. Yeah, I actually like this dial. 350 retail.
But the eagle lie, the eagle on that shit kind of looks like the Albanian eagle. You know what I'm talking about? You know that
Because
flag?
it's a little, the feathers are a little bit more.
It looks a little sickle and hammer. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
Oh, no, you done made it a commie. You done make it a commie. They're gonna get you for that when they open up the rounding up list. Like,
No, no, no. But you forgot that I got China on my side, bro. Lord of the Mysteries.
oh,
I got CCP
listen,
with me, bro.
you better get strong. This is actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
Let's see
it's
what other
actually a cool
watches they
one. How
have.
much is this?
350.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. And they also said the guy who brings the UN's bringing the drinks, and I agree. I agree. They're definitely bringing the drinks. The Rod
Yeah,
said Waltman, first U.S. watchmaker. Waltham? Oh.
yeah. Waltham pocket watches.
Mm.
Uh, Producer Vimal shared another link here.
Yeah, he sent us another one. Trap Vision said, I just interviewed the founder of the Visit Watch Company, and more than 50% of his upcoming pieces are made in America. That's pretty cool.
Oh wow, is that on your channel, Chat Vision? I want to check that out.
Oh
So
my
this
God.
is, you remember this? This is the Hublot Classic Fusion Liberty Bang 100 piece limited. Hey, Hublot from the beginning wasn't afraid, man. You want jeans on your watch, you want a denim watch, they gave it to you. You know, whatever you want, we could do it. I'm gonna try to find a better
They
picture of
had a
this
run,
watch.
man. They had a run. It just sucks because it's like a lot of people who take great chances and you know are pioneers. They find success, and Google found success. But what was it? What caused them to just lose it all? Like what?
Well, they got caught in a few different things. One, they were very fashion forward. They're very fashion lean and brand. It was in fashion to have Hublots. Two, the movement situation caught up, right? Where they were using other movements in a lot of their watches. They did pivot towards the Unico movement and they do some really good in-house stuff now. But there was that situation when everybody started to talk about, I have the in-house movement, I have in-house movement, and people started to compare other movement from this guy versus had a movement from that guy. So Hublot kind of got squashed in there. Jean-Claude Biver was no longer with the company. He was a big driving force. I think just in America, it really toned down, but I think in other regions, it was doing super strong. But it was fashion, and the fashion faded away. RM kind of took up where Hublot was. You know, no, people won't want to say that, but like he could say like if you were a very wealthy person, you went from Rolex, then you went a little exotic. Okay, I'm gonna do some Hublots. Hublots are on fire, and if your price point could keep going up, then you end up in Richard Mille, and that's kind of where you at right now, where Hublot just kind of lost its way, and then you got Nico Leonard, and now it's the butt of every joke, but they still sell watches.
Can you highlight some of the text on the dial of the malls asking? And
I'm
that's
trying.
interesting. That makes perfect sense. Actually, you're so right. And is that why you think they made the Spirit of Big Bang to kind of like get some people back with that A style? Since Richard Mille started stealing clients, not
Who
stealing
knows why
clients,
they
but
made the spirit of the Big Bang? So this is part of the Constitution. We, the
I
people
was gonna
of the
say,
United States, in order to form a more. I used to know this. I was in ROTC,
oh,
so I used
James
to know this.
Madison. Okay,
Yeah,
John Dixon.
John
Where's
Dickinson's
John
there.
Hancock?
Let's see,
Wasn't he the
John.
first?
There's George Washington there. We got James Madison down in the bottom. So this is actually like a cool piece if you're, but you'd only wear it on 4th of July or like, it depends
Trap
how political
Vision
you are.
says Hublot encouraged non-watch collectors to embrace the hobby and to express different lifestyles. Hmm, you're probably right about that.
I agree. That's actually great. A great a great
Now,
way to say it.
now, Vimal, my question to you is: how much is the Declaration of Independence on the dial worth to you?
Well, he's a Canadian, or is he not?
Oh yeah, you're right. Never mind. I
He may,
apologize.
he might not
I
be.
rescinded. I rescinded. No, no, no. He is
No, he
definitely.
might.
Nah, he's been repping Canada though. He better be
All right, okay.
Canadian.
See, you got it.
Bro was like, it's Canada's. Wait, isn't it Canada's independence in the 1st of July, right?
Yeah.
Oh, today's St. John's Independence.
Oh yeah, we just had a big
Yeah,
Juve in
yeah. Back home, yeah. Big
yeah.
Independence Day for us in the islands.
Now, if you wanted a piece of America on your wrist, want to keep it more classy, you just get a quote unquote.
This shit is definitely what the people at Yellowstone wear. Like these are like, this is
Oh
what
yeah.
I.
John
Don
Dutton
Dutton.
definitely has one too. We just gotta
Every
find like a
Dutton.
decent size, you know.
Do they make them in like 40? Yeah, he. Oh, he's Indian Canadian. Okay,
There you
checks
go.
out. That checks out. So then that watch is worthless to you.
Nah, you know. We entertain the Canadians, so. But these are always fun watches. These used to go for crazy amounts too. Depending the quality, depending the size. There's an automatic, not automatic, mechanical one. They were little decent Johns.
These
Little
are
decent
always
Johns.
nice, man. It's they don't they're nothing to write home about, but they're cool. You know, they're cool.
I just want to see what a Pepsi meter, right? What the most expensive one is today. I remember these going, oof, maybe 90s. Maybe some crazy people touched 100. And some crazy people still out there asking.
Meteorite dials are so. It depends. This is a good one.
You need a good slice. And the slices that they use for the Pepsi models, they're nice light slice of meteorite. Of course, they're treated, but the textures that you get, most of them I've seen have had really good textures. That is like I can rock with it. I can rock with it. All right, let's hit some more watch news. I think a few pieces. Zenit just came out with one. Wait, let's see if anybody has. Yeah. Let's go to Monochrome and get some live pictures. And keep dropping your 4th of July watches. We keep bringing them up. What about this? This is a nice little Defy Skyline Skeleton White Surfer. Closing the Zenit and Time and Tide Surfer Trilogy. So this is done in collaboration with Time and Tide. This
That's
is something I wear
ceramic
to the
though.
beach.
It's
Yeah,
ceramic.
it's white ceramic. And this is the first two models of their Surfer series.
I mean, like I like the color combination. I'm not sorry. I'm not a fan of white ceramic. Like I've never seen white ceramic that I liked on any watch. Or Hublot, but not Hublot, like AP.
No,
It's
I do not
Hublot.
like the AP.
AP.
Because the thing with white ceramic, I think this looks a little bit more matte, which I like. Sometimes when people do the polished white ceramic, it feels a little bit translucent, and it feels very toy-like, and very
Yes.
cheap. You
Yes.
know,
This doesn't look cheap though, and
this
I
looks
really like the
actually
dial. The dial is very nice on this.
yeah,
Um,
this actually looks really nice, and it looks like it's more of a matte white thing. The issue is, of course, white though, just like a white car. Any little thing, this could be anything. This could be fuzz. This could be a smudge, but it just shows up. So even on this nice picture where this whole watch looks good, I immediately is like, what's the crud here? And it's not his fault. It's a white ceramic watch.
oh, it's gonna just keep on caking up. Like you can only wear this watch sparingly because how do you fix that? How do you, like I don't
You
know.
walk around with a eraser, a white eraser, white
Yeah,
eraser.
even that. It's like white shoes, man. And it's like, well, how much are these white watches that my white shoes cost $300? This is what, 20 or more?
Yeah, and then 1906.
Jesus. Not a bad watch, but it's just
No,
like,
like you. If I saw, well, I'm trying to see what's the highest you could convince me to pay for a Zenith. Wait, give me 10 seconds here. What would you think would have been a price where if you were somebody in the mood to buy watches, right? You're in watch, and this is for the chat as well. You're in a watch buying mood. It's summertime. You know, kids are good. Everybody's in camp. Finances are good. We got us some spare change. Whatever your version of spare change is, what amount of spare change would you spend on this watch?
mean,
'Cause
I,
this is not an everyday watch. This is a watch that you're gonna squeeze into your rotation max weekly. That's if you're somebody who's living in California, sunny California by the beach. This is probably something you're gonna wear the most during the summers. During the winters, it kind of falls off. What is the max that you'd pay for this piece? Honest question.
I mean, I'm not buying the watch, so it's a bad question for me. But what I can say is I think 1916 buys this watch for around like 6, 7, or most retailers that are reselling it, and they try to sell it for 10,950. Like that's the price I think that this lists in the pre-owned side. Like it's taking a fifty
I
percent
think so.
haircut.
I think so. I think 20,000 is just too much. I understand it, but 20,000, I start looking at. I could get a Hublot Unico ceramic for a little bit more. So
And
it's
he
like,
said 12K, so and
yep.
he's willing to go a little higher.
Andy, I think if this was a retail of 15,000, I would have loved it. Discounted down to 13ish, maybe 12.8 or something like that. I think that's a win. At 19,000, you're telling me even with the biggest discount I can expect, I'm still in the 16, $17,000 range. Even 15s, I think is just too high for this. It's a cool piece, but then it just doesn't have the zing that it used to. Let me get to another one of Mr. Producer Vimal. It's not
Trap
Mr.
Business
Vimal.
says, I have an all-white hydro timer from Jack Mason. Having an all-white piece is definitely a different vibe. And it is. I don't like white watches just because I suck at maintaining things like expensive things. So I know I'm gonna get
Oh God.
dirty on that. What is this, dude? The Jake and Co. Hey, you sent us two, man. You went to the Jacob and Co, man.
What is that? You know the sad part? When I see these, I could talk to y'all. Jacob needs to pay his reparations, man. I don't know. What is the junk that we allowed him to schlep on us? You know what I mean? And it's like, you gotta imagine that this was probably priced above $10,000. You know what I mean?
Easily.
Like, it's so, you know what I mean? If not well more above. And it's like, this, you can't tell me this isn't I can't even think of a low quality watch that this doesn't look like.
This makes you appreciate all the Gerald Genta trash that you see sometimes. Because, Gerald Genta has his great watches, but then when we were looking at all the Gerald Gentas, it's like, at least he
I,
had some design to his shit. This is just circular bullshit.
I get so sad when I see watches like these, like for real. Like now I'm depressed. Like now I'm gonna have to like get drunk tonight. I'm like I
I was
love you,
getting
Jamal,
drunk
but you
no
killed
matter
me.
what. So
But you,
Jamal wasn't affecting me.
every watch. I just want to see the page. Don't do this to me. Every watch. Don't do this to me.
USA Crime says the Royal Oak Offshore is beautiful. I agree. I was. Did one of these just remind you of that? Derod said, "Good grief." Um, but I mean, I think the Royal Oak Offshore is beautiful. Do you have one that fits for Fourth of July? USA Crime. Like
I,
Elder says, best. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, CQ.
no, I think. Oh, screw you, every watch. Side note, why would I join a watch platform if I just want to do investigation before I purchase something? Why would I put my email? They're just losing customers this way. But I think he was talking about the Zenith Defy when he was speaking about the white ceramic.
Yes. My bad. I'm slow. Pack Elder said best watches of 4th of July. One per category. Affordable pick. Timex Weekender attainable. Seiko 5 Sport Pepsi. He gives the reference there. And then the luxury pick, Tudor Black Bay GMT. Yeah, I can see that.
Ooh, I like that. I'm gonna pull all those up. These
Tudor
are good
Black Bay
ones.
GMT. Daraj, who bought that thing? Well, dude, you'd be surprised, man. People were shamed into buying Jacob and Co's.
So I'll just tell a really quick story, as quick as I can. The reason why I feel like I get so sad when I see these 5 time zone pieces. So when I was over at Watching Watch, this over a decade ago, I never forget. A client calls me to sell a watch. His son just graduated law school or something like that. Very wealthy gentleman. He bought his son a week at the Waldorf Astoria to celebrate. He himself was a real watch guy. Loved Patek, AP, all type of things. And gave his son a budget of like 50 grand. Hey man, you did the thing. We got the cash. I want you to buy yourself something really nice. But he didn't, he's a busy guy. He didn't guide him all the way through the decision. He buys a Jacob and Co. 5 time zone watch with a diamond bezel. And like his father now is trying to sell this watch. Let's say like 8, 9 years, 10 years later, whatever. And the numbers he's getting back, man. And as a watch guy, it just made me weep because he's like, if I took the day off and went with this kid, we could have bought anything else in the world. But he buys a Jacob and Co. 5 time zone, which is like a worthless watch. It was a watch that they paid 40,000, and like I was begging OJ to pay like $3,000 for it, $4,000 for it, like completely worthless. These are all Chinese quartz movement watches. Damon John from Fubu is the one who hooked them up and started to make these watches, and they pillaged people for money with these watches that are just like they're nothing. It's insane. I'm sorry. That's my. I do one Jacob tangent a week, and that was it. I got it out. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Wait, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Kamal sent another link to us. And also, USA Crime said he bought his mom a sand gold AP. That sounds fire. I still have my Techno Marine watch since elementary school.
Oh,
Right
man,
on.
Techno Marines, man. Techno Marines is one brand that had like a run, and I think it probably is still having a run internationally.
Thomas Burnett said, I think that the Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch is one that embodies Americana, the most taking into account the moon landing. Same with the Planet Ocean American Cup watches. It's in the name.
Oh man, good pick on the American Cup pieces. We're gonna get to that from Mr. Producer Vimal himself. He keeps the hits coming. Ecorum Big Bubble Flag 52. I just like, you forget about Corum Bubble watches. Is Corum still even around?
I don't know, man. Because it's like, I just remember people being like, well, the Admiral's Cup. And it's like, okay.
All right, let's do Pack Eldridge's picks as we go down the list. Let's just take this Quorum bubble off the website. Do you remember all those Quorum bubbles we had, man? So much. All right, Timex Weekender, classy, clean, classy. Actually, great, like nice piece of Americana watch, right? Really can't go wrong with one of those. I need a Timex.
Is that what you need, Sequan?
Why not? I feel like I should have a piece of the Waterbury Watch Company on my wrist. Nice little Seiko Pepsi.
That is actually pretty decent.
Something about Seikos, man, they got a character. Even like a couple $100 Seiko, you could find for like 225, including shipping. You could find a Seiko that has some character and charm that you could take to the watch meetup and be super happy about. Vimal says, let's pull up the Cool and Pad articles. 6 American themed watches you have made forgotten. Where'd it go? Come on, you're not. Oh, thank you, Vimal. These are good. 6 intriguing American themed watches you may have forgotten about. Vacheron Constantine Americana. One of these just auctioned and didn't go too crazy. And I think, in my opinion, personally, this is, as a perpetual calendar fan, this is an overseas grail for me. I think I want one of these in my collection one day. I just love the blue with the red. You know, I could just hear Bruce Springsteen in the back of my ears. Boom, CQ, wear that Vacheron. No?
We keep on bringing up this like anti-government song.
I know, but
official.
it's the only song I could think of. You know, I should think.
There's
got
gotta
to
be a more patriotic song. Yeah, there you go. Who sings that?
I don't know.
Like Tom Petty or something? Oh God, Jesus, never mind.
Oh man, then we had the Hublot Liberty Band, which, hey, if I had 100 watches, this would be one of them. I won't lie to you. Then we have a Cobalt Spirit of America. Man, Cobalt is a watch I haven't heard about in so long. They also they were another brand that were poking out a few years ago, which I don't hear about them. I'm sure they're still around, but I remember they had a little bit more of media presence. Let's say that, and then we got another look at these quorum bubbles. I don't know how are they selling these watches. This is one watch that I often looked at, and I was just amazed that we bought so many of them pre-owned. That means that like people bought them retail, and it's one of those watches where like, cause there's so many weird variations. Remember the devil? Oh my god. Ooh, look at this Frank Mueller, Long Island, America. Long Island, America, America.
This looks like a Blade watch. I can see
That Wesley
Wesley
Snipes blade.
Snipes. Yeah, yeah, I can see Wesley Snipes in this one.
Let's see. What else you got? Oh, Parallel. That's another brand that you never think
Daraj
about.
asked if, well, can Daraj put in links? He's asking if he could put in a link. I don't
Oh
know
yeah,
if he.
wait, Doraz. Let me upgrade you, brother. You've
Andy
earned it.
said, wait, about Timex. I don't think anybody said anything bad about Timex. Nothing bad about Timex. Affordable watch. Famal said, the most patriotic song, Toby Keith, courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
All right, Doraz. You now can add
Never heard of that one,
Alex.
but I don't listen to Toby Keith, so. Genji said, blue dial Seiko Pog would be great fourth watch. Did I say that right? Pogue? Is that
I'm not
Pog?
sure. Seiko, Pogue. Is it Pogi or Pogue?
Probably said it wrong, dude. That's my shtick.
Pogu. Oh, these are cool. She said blue dial, right?
Yeah.
Is it a glossy blue dial or is it just this picture? I think there's this picture.
Yeah, I think it's just the picture because it doesn't look glossy in the next
Oh,
photo.
this is dope. Good catch, Genji. I'd buy one of these. I love Seikos with Japanese Daigus, by the way. It's my thing.
You know how to read Japanese?
No, but I can pretend.
Touche. Daraj just dropped a link in there for you.
Oh, these are super cool. 70 Seiko, man. This is when they were just killing the watch industry, man. These are these aren't the quartz ones, but during this time they're murdering us. Not us, but them. You know how it goes. All right, from Duraj, we have a 1950s. Ooh, Walter military issue. Love it. He's keeping us on topic. Production 1950. What's the millimeter size on this big boy? It is 31 millimeters wide. 30. Really? I thought this would be bigger. I love this. I love the knurling on the bezel and the case back. Oh, this is
I'm not a
truly
fan of the
massive.
knurled bezel, but it's a nice watch. I'll give you that. Can't really say too much about it. It's definitely period specific, so I get that.
For sure. I'm just always amazed watches this old lasted that long. And you have to remember everything that's black here and the hands, these were all maybe even radium at that time, or tritium, radium, probably radium in the 50s. So that's why you have that big deterioration. But even for everything else, this is, I don't know, condition wise, is amazing. And that makes me want to jump over. If you guys ever. If you're ever interested in getting some nice converted pocket watches,
That was part of Toby Keith's security team when he performed at.
oh, you just broke up there. Oh, now I lost you altogether. What's going on?
See you. You've gone black. There we go.
All right,
Can you hear me
there
now?
we go. Now we're back. I think our internet's just in and out.
Okay. More American than Eagles. Wait, more American than Eagles. Red, white,
Yeah.
and blue.
Hey, made in America. A watch like this, or maybe this itself, made it over. In service, and it's still here. And I just wanted, yeah, there we go. So if you're ever interested in getting a converted pocket watch, you go over to Fred and Co. And they just find some amazing pieces. A lot of them are American watches like Hamilton, Ball, Illinois, train watches, and you often find some good Waltham pieces in here, or like this 1916. Just look how beautiful this dial is. And all they do is do a little bit of restoration to put it in a new case. Sometimes you get the original case back, and like for a watch that was made in 1916, wowza, or a pocket watch.
These are typically larger because they're pocket watches, right? Like, are they like 42s and stuff?
Exactly. So this one's in a 44 millimeter case. So
These
big
watches
wrist
are
approved.
pretty.
Big wrist approved. But Fred and Co. I always like talking about them because a lot of people don't think they can get like a vintage, really old watch that's like in a nice modern case. And of course these are bigger, but look at this. Are sold out, but 1912 porcelain dial mega timepiece. If you're somebody who can wear a bigger watch, this is a really special piece. You know, put a little porcelain on your wrist there. All right, let's crack out a few more Vimal with what I believe is the IWC Top Gun. Oh yeah. I could also see myself. So this is a Top Gun Pilot Mark 41. What does SFTI mean?
Von Krul, he was on Fret and Co. I'm sorry, Fret and Co. Clockworks. That's the name of the company that does the refitting of pocket watches.
Yes, Fret and Co. Clockworks. They're based somewhere in the U.S. and yeah, they just buy up vintage pocket watches and do really good restorations on them, and put them in and convert them into wristwatches. But they don't like alter anything except clean some stuff up. Maybe they do a few repaintings, but a lot of times they'll even have the imperfect dials on there. So I don't think they'll do retouching. And they also will convert for you as well. If you find like an old pocket watch or have one that's lying around and you'd like to convert it so you can actually wear it, they'll do that as well. I've never worked with them. I just appreciate their work, and I did a little bit of research and they seem to be good people. But you know, so if anything bad happens, don't say CQ sent me to, you know. I love a good IWC Top Gun watch. And I could see myself collecting all of the top IWC Top Gun pieces. This particular Mark 41, I don't believe I've seen before though, with the red date. So I'm guessing this actually was given to flight school people maybe.
This is pretty cool. I am not opposed to this watch.
There we go. Strike Fighter Tactics Instructor. So that was a Top Gun instructor watch. Yeah, you got producers. We gotta give it to producer Vimal. I'm getting producer Vimal shirts. Just to let you know. They're in the works. That's pretty cool. I mean, like if you love Air Force, if you just watch a Top Gun movie, you know, if you watch the first one and the second one within the same weekend, you have to go out and buy IWC.
So what was it? Goose and Maverick?
It was Goose and Maverick, and then the one after I think it was Rooster. The son was Rooster, so it was Rooster and Maverick. I don't know. But they do many Top Gun watches. You do have to look if you want something super special like that one. But I could see myself literally getting the one we just looked at, picking up this Ceratanium beauty here, picking up the Mojave. Like
I
I
love
just
the
love them.
Mojave so much. That feels really nice.
Oh, the forest green. I forgot about the forest green. And see, this is what I mean about like colored ceramic, because IWC is giving you all this great ceramic and it's not 20 grand, you know?
Lamal said the Strike Fighter Tactics Instructor SFPI. Oh, interesting.
Beautiful watches. Let's see. That RGM engineers from the other night was pure Pax Americana too. Oh yeah, let's give RGM a little look. I wonder if there are any on Chrono 24. Ooh, probably not. What are the plans for the weekends, friends?
Producer Vimal did drop another one.
Yeah.
It looks like it's like a ball engineer Navy SEAL piece. Genji said Top Gun is so good. Trap Vision said I'm about to pick up a Sal Baltimore aviation piece today. Ciao. Is it called Ciao? And then you're not supposed to say the T.
Oh
So is
damn,
it like
you're breaking up
Sal?
again.
What?
Yeah, I think it's just the internet. Apologize for the audio issue there, guys. It's the internet. It's the rains, it's the storms, it's everything. All right, RGM watches. Just taking a good look at them. These are American made, right? You know, I think some of the movements are older movements that he restores, but I think when you think of American watchmakers and watchmaking, RGM, Shapiro, Shinola, another brand, Love Hunter, is about to come out soon. Those are the ones that pop immediately in the head. This is the watch we were talking about yesterday, the Corps of Engineers piece, which I just really, I dig. I just think this is not for everybody. Is of a certain aesthetic, but if you like that aesthetic, I think this is a really well done piece. Good movement out there. Out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. We should have visited them in the Philly days, and I don't know why we didn't. Should have
Who's
went with Tim or
we?
something.
You and
But
Tim
me,
would have had a
yeah, me and
great,
Tim, yeah.
great cup of coffee over there with the guys for sure. Just like, don't get me wrong, I'm not being snooty. It's just this is not a brand that like really tickles my fancy per se. Like
Yeah.
cool watches, but Bamal says the ball watch he put into the chat will blow your mind, and I don't know which type of blow mind, like gun to head blow mind or explosives,
Let's see.
explosive thoughts, you
Let's see.
know.
I'll be
And he
honest.
said,
After that, you snarled in today. Like I don't know what.
yeah, but he did give us a Top Gun. You know, he
Yeah,
did give us
no.
a Top
Listen,
Gun.
I'm just saying. I don't. When he say blows my mind, I just don't know which way to take it. After you lose, I know it's gonna be good. It's gonna make for good TV.
Ball, Trap Vision said ball is underrated, and I do agree with that. Andy says cookout and fireworks. Everybody should do a little cookout and fireworks. Like we should probably grill something tomorrow.
Yeah, I was thinking if we could figure out some rain stuff
Oh
before the
fuck!
rain.
I keep
Yeah,
forgetting. It's
but I
gonna
think
rain.
even like it has that tree area, so maybe just put some few burgers and dogs. I don't know. The Ball Engineer Hydrocarbon DevGru watch.
It kind of looks,
I
and I
actually like this.
know. Don't judge me when I say this, but it's giving Panerai vibes.
All right, so this was done with direct input from the U.S. Navy SEAL Team 6. So it's the SEAL Team 6 watch, hence the name DevGru. Okay.
I like the color scheme though.
Yeah.
Is the dial blue or black?
Let me.
Because
It's gonna be
like that one photo looks blue, but then the next one kind of looks black.
are there different dial colors?
Maybe. I hope this isn't the situation with the dress. Remember the dress? We're like, is this gold or blue? And it's like,
Oh yeah, it looked blue to me that dress, by
it looked
the way.
gold to me.
So so in this top picture is blue,
The one that's close looks black.
but like everything else is black. So I'm gonna try to read really quickly, but I'm gonna assume it's a black watch.
It's probably the what is it?
Anti-reflective, yeah.
Yep. Do you know if that Breitling has the anti-reflective AR crystal? I just want to know if they took it off or not. Is it? Oh
So
God.
I like this watch. I have a weird thing for crown guards though.
Is it black or what? Blue? I need to know before I make my
let's
judgment.
assume let's just do something.
You know what assuming does, CQ?
Okay, it comes in either black or blue.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Control F always saves the day.
I'll take it in blue. The black is cool, but the blue is something that you don't see often. Like the blue with that kind of red, it makes it pop a little more, in my opinion. How much is these? How much are these?
Oh, who cares? I mean, this probably launched like
25,
in
3.
2017. So 1,000 pieces, 1349. No, this is when prices made sense. It's weird, bro. It's really like it's strange. When you
Wait,
go to articles,
is
that
it
are like
gas tubes or not the
yeah,
gas
it's
tubes?
tritium. You got a tritium gas there. You know these little tubes of tritium. I think so. That's their whole thing.
Well, good luck trying to replace the gas tube.
Yeah,
Baby.
tritium gas microtube. So that's the thing. Like when you look at articles from like 2017, 2018, 2016, you start to roll down on the prices. The prices, they don't seem crazy at all. It's like 20. It's as soon as that pandemic got going, is you start looking at those articles and the prices are just like, wow, this is a lot. Let's look at the engraving on the case back. Nice little crown protector. This is a good watch. If I found this on a secondary market, this would be a watch that I'd pick up. And a really nice engraving of the SEAL Team 6 logo. And they put, I guess for members, they probably put their name on it. This is a cool watch. And it's like, look, they didn't have to do much. This isn't draped with the flag or anything like that. I'd buy if I could find the black and the blue for $750 each right now, I'd pick them up. For sure. All right, let's see. Pack Eldridge with an honorable mention. What is this? The Wish Do It World Time. Okay, this is
I think
a mouthful.
his space bar might not have been working. I don't think it was all together like that.
I think pretty much everybody in here, I'm gonna give you guys some wrenches so you can start. We'll do that next show though, when I'm done. Cause I want you guys to be able to just drop stuff in and no trolls. What was the name of that one troll we had? I miss him.
Ed Blair.
Ed Blair. Come on back, Ed Blair. I feel like he. All right. Yeah, I think. Okay, wait. I'm trying to find the watch you're talking about here. So.
Well, let me see.
Okay, I think it's a Richard Harvey.
I mean,
I think this is it, but if not, this is a cool watch either way. What is this? Look at this.
oh yeah, just
Richard Harvey attitude. Oh yes, you will talk about the JLC Navy SEALs editions as well, which is some of my favorite. I'm not sure this is the watch he was talking about. I think this is the brand, but I honestly, I dig a lot about it. I think this gap. Oh, I understand it. Okay, I dig it. Something about it I enjoy. I just love that shape. I'm a weirdo though.
it's
Let's see how
okay.
much. Let's see how much. $6.99. Come on. Look at that loom. That's a cool watch. So what Mr. Duraj is talking about is, so JLC did a few Navy SEALs editions where they actually sent the pieces out to live with the Navy SEALs to be tested. And they're probably some of the most over-engineered dive watches that you could ask for, to be honest with you. Like from the bracelet deployant to these crowns and having multiple gaskets, they have patents all over. And for the price, I used to sell these in the teens, and you could get this for $7,000. Fully titanium watch, a true diver that you're not gonna break. 1,000 hours of testing before they leave the factory in Switzerland. And for the price of this watch, this kills everything in the price range. If you're talking about a diver, nothing could come close at all. And what? Full set with the NATO? I should bid on this. Who is this? Luxury Time Watches. I'm gonna heart this. Fuck you, I don't want to do all that. Excuse me. Oh, I'm cursing. It's late in the day, guys. Please excuse the curse words. But you can even get it in gold, and one of my oh wow, that just brought back great memories. Wow, one of my biggest sales before I could sell Patek was one of these at retail. And it's, wow, I can remember the gentleman's name. I won't say him. Tom, shout out Tom. I won't say your last name. But yeah, that was one of my, when I was a young pup, I somehow sold one of these in gold. and that was a great day. It's a great watch. And as you can see, they're still holding value, so I didn't beat them up too much.
I think Vimal dropped us one more Panerai, and I think I'm gonna run the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we are about done already an hour. All right, so we're gonna do one more Panerai, but just first let's look at this. Gold JLC Sport. They're just holding value. So this is a depth gauge, a true depth gauge. Yeah. Who's doing this, man? If this was an RM, it'd be 300 grand. All right, let's get to the Panerai before we lose Jay. I love this JLC. JLC, cut me a check. I'll help you guys out.
SCRO asked the thoughts on the first gen Christopher Ward Trident 600. Don't know if I'm familiar with that.
It's popping in my head, but we'll end with your question there. SCRO, is it Scro? I'll call you Scro. Vimal gave us these Panerai Navy Seals PCs. So these are the newest generation, and actually I like these a lot, and the prices aren't crazy. Primary might seem a little bit high, but secondary market, you're seeing a lot of these at great prices. And I think if you want a Panerai and you want that military oomph on them, I think this is a great way to go. And I'm a big fan of submersibles for great weekend watches. You're buying these watches for fun. You're buying these watches to put a ton of straps on them. You're not buying these watches to be serious by any means. So that's why I think they're
Are
winning.
you calling this $15,000 watch not serious?
At all? In what way could you take this serious?
Fucking $15,000 is serious to me, brother.
Yeah, I mean, like the dollars are serious. What you're getting is serious. But I mean, there's a watch with camo fatigue on it. So how like
Oh, so when the
course.
AP has the fatigue straps, it's
that was the most unserious watch you could make, the Rambo.
But just say you said I'm the conservative, but you're over here being conservative about watches and the way.
Well,
that
but
they're
then, but
presented.
whoa. I think you could spend $1 million on an unserious watch if you really love it. I'm in that camp though. That's what I'm saying. I'm in the camp of like, if you love it, go all the way in. But you gotta know this isn't a watch you're gonna wear 4 out of 7 days, unless you're in a very specific lifestyle. You know what I mean? That's what I mean when it's not a serious watch. These are fun, these are exotic, these are cool, but they're not something that
So
the average
it almost
watch guy
sounds
would
like
wear
you're
every day.
saying like weekend watches are unserious watches.
Well, yeah, I want to be who wants to be serious on a weekend? You know what I mean?
I think it's a little more objective or subjective.
Okay, it is much more subjective. But
Subjective.
for me, watches are extension of yourself, right, and your personality. And to me, when you're on a weekend, you're doing maybe not the direct opposite, but you're doing a lot of different things that you do during your normal week, right? You're a little bit more loose. You're having a little bit more fun. You're trying to connect to life. You're trying to connect with experiences. So for me, on a watch that I wear on the weekend, I want to watch it. When I look at it, I'm a little unserious. It sparks a little bit of joy in me. It maybe, sparks that inner child in me. I want something a little bit exotic because I'm having fun this weekend because on Monday, I got to go back to work. Producer Vimal, he don't play that. The emails come in. We got to, so I got to put on my more serious watch. So that's what that's what I mean. It's serious dollars for sure. Money's money. But yeah, $100 is serious.
It's also Navy SEALs in the name. What's not serious about the Navy SEAls?
No, that's true,
I
that's
feel like you picked the wrong watch
That's
to
true.
say that about.
Damn, they're coming to my door. All right, let's go for the Christopher Ward Trident 600 as I think how to not dox myself before the SEAL team comes in.
Luckily, they're aquatic. If you said something about the Marines, then you'd have to really be worried.
Oh gosh. Now I can't get
We're
on.
landlocked over here, so luckily the SEALs won't be getting too far on land.
All right, so we are doing a check on the Christopher Ward Trident 600. Which version did you want us to look at, Scrub, before we get out of here? First, I want to thank you guys so much. You got 12 people in here, had as much as 18. You guys are amazing. Hope you have an amazing, amazing 4th of July. Do me a favor, relax yourself, enjoy the weekend as much as you can. Don't stress out too much. Tell your friends, CQthewatchguy.com if they need watch advice.
He said Gen 1. I don't know if we can tell which generation. I don't know if you're as privy to that.
Well, yeah, but which on the bracelet, on the strap?
Maybe he's just asking your general thoughts on them. Like, what do you think? I don't
So
think I'm
general
saying
thoughts,
these.
I think these are cool watches. I think the price point, I think it's a good price point. I like Christopher Ward as a brand, and I think in this price range, you can go ahead and have fun, and you could get something, and you don't need to think too hard about it. I haven't heard anything bad about them mechanically or service issues or anything like that. So to me, you get your flavor, you go for it. It's a brand that I haven't spent the most time with. You know, I handle a few Belcantos and some other pieces, but from what I've heard and from the aesthetics, I like them. And in this price range, I don't think you're setting yourself up for a bad time.
I prefer the dress watches, but these aren't.
Yeah, these aren't bad at all. Traffic just said Marines would be at your door, breach. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's how we play it. Oh man! All right, guys. I want to thank you so much. You truly amazing. Tomorrow's Friday. It is the 4th of July, but we will pop on just for a half hour between the grilling session just to say hi. So if you guys want to pop on and say hi, we'll be here for you. But I want to thank you so much for tuning in every day this week, every day last week, every day the week before. You guys are truly amazing, and we're working on some super special things that slowly but surely the production quality, everything is gonna go up. We got wrenches for you guys now, and yeah, I got a lot of great things planned. Jay, talk to the people.
4th of July is a fun day. I think we should all celebrate independence if you're an American. If not, hey, grill something for your American friends. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow.
There you go. Von Klu, so I agree with your last statement there. Von Klu, I also agree that Panoramas are big. They're sizable, not for everybody. Do me a favor, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your kids, tell your grandparents to join the channel. If we get to 1,000, when we get to 1,000, you guys are going to hear one of the best songs you could ever hear from retired guy Jay. It might even get him out of retirement and into the music industry. You never know. Anyways, have a great day, great morning, and we'll see you soon.
Peace out, y'all.